Hi everyone, I'm back again. I just thought that I'd throw a video out there for people that have been asking. I haven't put one out for a while because I've been really busy and I've been focusing on other things really, to be honest with you. I've had a lot of inspiration lately, so I've decided to kind of take my business down another route. It's all related and I will be revealing everything soon, but that's where I've been. I haven't been online and present as much. That being said, welcome to the channel. I am going to start putting videos out there more like this. I've done quite a large spread for everybody, and this is a collective reading, so I'm not going to read for any specific sign because I haven't been online for quite a while. I've just decided that it's fair to do one big spread and pull as many messages out as possible for everybody. So if there's something in here for you, then take it by all means. But if not, then just leave it for somebody else. I am going to switch my camera around. It's night time. I'm chilled out. I'm relaxed. All the lights are off. I've pulled the spread already. It's quite a big one, so we are going to get into it. So go get a cup of tea, relax, kick back, and just sink into the reading. I wanted to do it differently, to be honest with you, because sometimes I do think that readings can be quite gimmicky. We can make fun of them and that kind of stuff, but really tarot is a powerful tool, and if you really allow yourself to sink into it, you can pull a lot from it. So that's what we're going to do. I am going to pause the video. I'm going to change this the screen so that you can actually see what I'm looking at. I'm going to do my best to make it visible for you so that you can see what I'm looking at, and we're just going to get into it. So if you can take the messages, take them, and if you can't, just leave them. So we'll get on with it now. Okay, so I've just lit some Santa Paula, I think it's called, but it's a bit strong, so I'm just going to move this and then we'll get on with your reading. Okay, so I hope everybody's well. Like I said, I know I haven't been here for a while, but life goes on and we've all got things to focus on, and that's going to happen from time to time. Sometimes it can get a little bit much reading tarot consistently. I've got a lot of other interests. I do astrology readings and everything else, and I'm studying other things as well, to be honest. So I feel like I've not been out there for a while, but people have been asking me, when are you going to do another reading? When are you going to have the time and whatnot? So I've decided to actually factor that in this evening, and I've done quite a big spread, like I said. This is going to kind of touch on lots of different energies, basically. So if you can take something from this reading, then please do. But if it's not your reading, just leave it. It's not for you. I've meditated on the cards already, and I've had a little bit of. I've just been nosy, basically, just to see what's going on. And I prefer to read this way because I feel like you can get much more out of the reading. And we're just going to jump into it and just see what's going on. So the first thing I'm seeing is something about a manifestation, okay, and it's to do with a relationship. So it's almost like something didn't develop, basically. Something didn't develop, some type of situation didn't develop. This could be a family situation, this could be a relationship, because we've got the Ten of Cups upright and we've got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So this is really telling me about a lot of emotion, but something that just really didn't quite solidified. Basically, the Ten of Pentacles is the end. It's the end point of reality. It's kind of like that happy ever after card, but it's almost like it didn't manifest. It didn't manifest, even though maybe the people that were involved in this situation wanted it to work out, and there was a lot of love that was shared. I am seeing some type of a family dynamic, children as well. It just didn't last, it didn't endure. It wasn't something that stood the test of time, basically. I'll try to show you as best I can the cards. We've got wishes fulfilled here. So wishes fulfilled really talks about, somebody feeling like they've got everything that they need. This card's really giving me like, being content at home, everything being content, the cupboards being full and everybody like sat around the fire and singing, Kumbaya and all of that. It's just like a really comfy, cozy setting. And it's almost like this is what is desired, this is what was desired, or this is what once was, let's just say. But then we've got this will, wisdom, and mind. And this card always kind of, it reminds me of like competition. So Power Rangers, if any of you are familiar with that, where it's almost like they all come together. So there's an element of team. So again, I'm getting like a family dynamic here as well. But it's all like all working together, because this is a card of alchemy, and it's a card of like chemistry and blending and emerging and things like that. So really it's speaking about manifestation and things, bringing things into being and things manifesting. With this Five of Keys, this is really, I just feel like there's a situation that didn't manifest, okay, or it didn't work out for whatever reason. We've got fated meeting here. So this is why I'm saying it could be in regards to a relationship, because fated meeting really is, I can never get this light right. But this fated meeting really is about, two people whose souls recognise each other. It's almost like you keep meeting each other again and again and again, in that next life, on this card, it's almost like when they look at each other, it's like I've known you forever. Like my soul recognises yours. And what's interesting is I've got this deck that I designed myself to pull some readings. And when I picked the deck up, on the bottom it said, I knew from the minute I first saw you. So I feel like there's definite emotion here. There's definite emotion. I feel like there's a situation that was once fulfilling. It really did kind of tick all the boxes. It was very comfortable, very content, very cozy. I'm just getting a very cozy vibe. So you might have spent a lot of kind of nights with this person, opening up and being intimate and sharing your life stories and that kind of thing. It was there's like a very humbling energy to this. It's like I'm feeling like real. It was very real, if that makes sense. It wasn't like it's not like a fantasy. It's not like something that was, you know, um, it's kind of like a state of limerence where you're kind of dreaming up all of these things, but they're not actually, that's not reality. This to me says that this was very real. This comfort, this level of balance that was shared between these two people was very real. Um, and fulfilling is what I'm getting. It was very fulfilling. So there was emotion that developed. There was a lot of love. Things did get quite deep with this Ten of Cups, because it's really showing me like a family dynamic. Or if there isn't family involved, it's almost like the inner children were healed through this connection. That those void, those hard to reach places within ourselves. That person. Um, filled that void basically. It's almost like I'm getting like the yin and yang symbol with the two circles. It's almost like you complete me. So um this could have been something as well. This what I'm seeing here, it's like a relationship that's been going on for a long time. Tens mark legacy. That's what they rule. The 10th house in astrology is all about the legacy and public image and things of that nature. So you can imagine like husband and wife I'm picking up, even because that's your public image. When you marry somebody, your wife takes your name, so it's almost like it's a known thing that you're together. So you could be husband and wife, but you don't have to be. It could just be a relationship that's kind of been going on for a long time, but it's never really solidified. It never really kind of, grounded in reality, because this 10 of Pentacles is, again, it's in reverse, and it's like dude, bit of a brick wall. I'm even feeling like this could have been quite sudden as well. You might have even thought that everything was going fine with this 10 of Cups here. It's almost like there wasn't really a problem. There was no issue. Like you couldn't see where the issue was or something like that. It was just like you thought maybe that everything was fine. Um, you might have even felt like this. Some information was missing, but it wasn't an issue. It wasn't something that was. I feel like a bit of mystery is a good thing sometimes, and there might have been an appreciation for that. It was almost like that was what was keeping this alive. That little bit of mystery, that little bit of trying to be nosy, and but I do feel like maybe even situations were created that weren't actually true. Things were being thought up in the mind's eye, and in actual fact, they're not true. Okay, they're not real. It's almost like a bit of self-delusion, or thinking about a situation in a way that benefits your thinking about a situation in a way that benefits your narrative, basically. It's not actual, it's not real, it's thought up, it's emotional, and it's emotion driven, basically. But I do feel like there was a lot of time that was shared between two people here. Actually, I do feel like it was something that activated the heart space in both of you. You know, the two of you felt fulfilled, comfortable, content, like this was meant to be. I almost feel like even a little bit dreamlike, a little bit like this can't be real. Because I am seeing something quite ethereal to it as well, which is why I said, you know, soulmates could be indicated here. But there is a lot of fantasy as well, because I'm just picking up like this Neptunian like fantasy. So you could be dealing with a Pisces, but it's I feel like somebody might try to return to you as well. If this is your story, if this storyline's suiting, I feel like somebody might try to return to you. Okay, somebody has realised that when they were around you with this Ten of Cups and this wish fulfillment, you made this person really happy. You kind of filled all their cups. This was like some, you know, this is like someone who didn't really realise what it was that they had until it were gone, basically. It's one of those kind of typical storylines of absence makes the heart grow fonder. So I feel like someone's really been taking stock, and they've been doing some type of manifesting in order to bring you back into their life, or to try to kind of manifest some type of fated meeting. You know, this person might want to meet you again, or bump into you when you're out and about and you're shopping and you're doing just doing you, basically. This person's kind of asking the universe to set that up and pattern that up, and basically make it so. I feel like this person's realizing that they didn't really offer much, okay, or what they offered wasn't substantial. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to sustain the relationship. It wasn't enough to sustain the situation, the dynamic. I'm just feeling like there was a lot of losses. So somebody could have actually endured quite a lot of loss. Now, this could be financial loss. This could be loss of, just family as well, because Ten of Pentacles is the card of family. And it's the card of longevity as well. And I am seeing like an old man. So it could be a father or a father figure or a grandfather or something like that. But it was just, more than anything, I'm just feeling like this is a situation that was ongoing for a long time. So there was a lot of background noise to whatever situation they're dealing with. If this person's dealing with something, or they have been, it's almost like there's a lot of background noise. So it isn't necessarily just the thing that they're dealing with that's maybe cause the situation to break down, because this person wants to return to you. But there's a lot that was going on behind the scenes that wasn't obvious. There could have even been a tendency to delude, or to just create. I wish I could show you these cards a bit better, but just a tendency to I wouldn't even say delude. Well, yeah, delude, because it's better than lie. So I don't think this person maybe was even, you know, there was just some type of an illusion going on, basically. Like there was a lot more going on in the background with this person than they were letting on, okay, which is why this thing didn't solidify, or why it's come to an end, or why, I feel like there's just some information that hasn't been voiced, or hasn't been spoken, or hasn't been aired, or something. This person does have a lot of emotion for you. They do really, really kind of, recognize and acknowledge that this is not a regular connection. However, there is something that, or some move, or some step that this person didn't take, or won't take, or is wanting to take, basically. So over here we've got what I'm really seeing is somebody that's coming to really kind of put an end to a situation that's kept you stuck and in your head. I'm feeling like this person put you in a position that really had you anxiety ridden, basically, having very self-defeating thoughts, you know, feelings of anxiety, feelings of entrapment, feeling like, you know, what do I do? How do I, you know, it just not very nice. You know, this person put you in a situation that made you feel bound. Okay, your hands were tied, like you kind of had to just like put up and shut up, basically, and not deal with um what was actually happening around you. Okay, so it was almost like basically saying like this is just how it needs to be, you know, and just leave it there. Like this person really expected you to just stay in this really stale position. You know, there was no movement. There was no. I'm just feeling like even just like claustrophobic, and you know, if you moved and it was the wrong move, it was. You know, this person may have looked for excuses to cause arguments or to put you in a position where you felt like your hands were tied. There's nothing you can do. It's final. It was almost like they wanted to hold all the cards. You know, they wanted to hold all the cards. They wanted to be the one that said, "Yeah, now you can go. Now you can be set free." Because I don't see that this person was really kind of valuing you in a way that they needed to when they had you. Okay, and I am actually seeing like a kind of a bit of a depletion in somebody's virility, if that makes sense. So when you met this person, you might have, you know, you might have had your shit together, you was dressing well and you were looking well and you were attracting suitors and that kind of thing. But it's like the longer you stayed around this person or the more you'll let this person into your life, it's almost like you depleted and you might have even stopped looking after yourself as much. You know, you weren't going out as much, you weren't dressing as nice, and you know, you were running to the shop and your hair wasn't done, and it was just like, you know, your energy levels just depleted. Basically, this person made you feel like I am just seeing like a little bit of an object, you know, like you were being objectified. Like this person probably, felt like this person was treating you a bit like a pawn, like you were something to just pick up and put down, and that they could just do what they intended. And I am picking up a bit of a cocky energy with this person as well. It's almost like they kind of knew this. They knew that if they um, dished out the breadcrumbs or dished out the scraps, that you would kind of accept that, you know, and accept it, and not only that, but thank them for it as well. So this is somebody that really was acting off their own accord. Basically, this is somebody that wanted things to, um, you know, be under their dominion. You know, they wanted to be the ones that said what was going to happen and when it was going to happen and how things were going to play out, and you just need to kind of follow my lead. And you know, you might have even tried to voice to this person how it was making you feeling, that you were feeling stuck, like you don't really know what you're going to do now. And I'm just seeing like a real depletion of just like all personality. It was almost like you became a shadow or blank, or you had no features. I'm just seeing like no features. um it was on, and I'm seeing like erased, like something's been erased, or something's been erased, or it's almost like trying to forget. I don't know. That's really strange. Like trying to forget. It's almost like trying to unsee something is what I'm getting. So I'm picking up that this person's features are distorted. It's like you don't recognize them anymore. You know, so it's almost like the face that they're showing you is not the one that you remember. So yeah, that's really interesting. There is a bit of a. I am feeling like as well the um, version of them that you created in your head is the one that you are reluctant to let go of. Um, but things are becoming so real that it's getting kind of hard to believe the lie anymore, if that makes sense. It's getting really hard to pretend that it's a fantasy, when in actual facts, the reality of the situation is nothing like the fantasy. This is really what I'm picking up. It's almost like someone's really waking up at the moment. I'm feeling like a bit of an awakening, and coming to realization that what they were chasing wasn't, like there's just been like a huge amount of self deception is what I'm picking up basically. So you may be feeling quite vulnerable at the moment. You may be feeling quite, yeah, but this vulnerability is a little bit of a, there's a fear, and it's. I'm just picking up like this energy of being scared, as it in a sense of how could I delude myself like that? Like that's what you're finding quite scary, that you was able to do that so easily. Like, you know, you really convinced yourself and you believed it, and that's what you find is scary. So it's not this person, it's how you was able to overrule the mind, your own mind, with a complete lie. This is a very harsh reading, but it's this is what I'm seeing. So we've got this fool, you know, this is a fool here. And what was interesting when I was looking at this actually looks like these two figures on this card have merged, okay, and they've become, so it's almost like danger. I'm seeing like danger, like, you know, this was dangerous, this was a dangerous situation, or this could, there's just some type of laxity to this. It's not stable. In actual fact, it's almost like it's very unrealistic. I'm just seeing like this. This card is giving me vibes of an altered reality. You know, again, just like that mental space. That it's almost like defying gravity in this card. It's like he's walking on air, but it's almost like he's defying gravity, and it's almost too good to be true. But again, it's just like this real. Someone's really getting lost in their head at the minute. I think it's this person. Um, I feel like this person thinks that you're suffering. Okay, they think that if you're not in communication at the moment, they think that you're suffering. You know, you're trapped and this, that, and the other, and you're waiting for them to come back and set you free. And I feel like this person actually does plan to do that. You know, this person is realizing that you brought them a sense of happiness, and they do want to come back into your life, and they want to rescue the damsel that's in distress. However, whilst this person's left you hanging, I feel like you've become really comfortable in that sense of freedom. You've become really comfortable in that unknowing, you know, that space. This is, to me, is like a cliffhanger. So it was almost like this is like the end. So we can split this reading in a sense, because it's like something was shared between two people. It developed over a period of time. These deep emotions there, and you know, it was like the yin to the yang. It was almost like, you know, soulmate energy. But for some reason, it didn't ground. It didn't stick. There was no solidarity. There was no kind of, you know, taking it to that next stage of commitment, taking it to that next phase. It was almost like it got to a point and that was it. That's where it stayed. So I feel like the imagination made up for that by filling voids, filling the gaps with voids. So a lot of fantasy started to creep in, is basically what I'm saying. But in that fantasy was, because the vibration may have been a little bit low, let's just say, or there's times where vibrations within relationships are low, those fantasies could also become polluted. Those fantasies could become intoxicated, and after a while, it may have even become quite difficult to tell the difference between what was real and what wasn't, what you were making up in your head and what was actually happening. So it made you feel trapped. It made you feel bound to this situation. Like you didn't know which way to go, because it was like, if I'm making this up, I could potentially be walking away from something that made me really happy. However, if I'm not making it up, then I could be actually hanging around in this situation that I have no business hanging around in. So you kind of got to a point where you're just really, really stuck. You didn't know what to do. You didn't know where to turn. You didn't know what to do. I feel like whoever this person is that you were dealing with or are dealing with, it's almost like they can see that they've got you trapped in this cycle. They can see that it's only them that can really set you free. So this person looks really smug on this card, and it's almost like they know that, so they use that. That's what they use, and it's a tactic that they've been using over and over and over again. You know, it's almost like they may even convince you that they're going to give you what it is that you're seeking, and in actual fact, you find yourself in a much more detrimental position afterwards. And it's almost like, what the hell was that about? You know, you know, none the wiser. when this person does this. You're none the wiser. You try to kind of give them the benefit of the doubt, but it just doesn't seem like you ever got the clarity that you were seeking, basically. So you may have left this person behind now. I do see that this was a situation that was repeated. However, it's got to a point, because I am seeing that there is like separation. To me, this is like a cliffhanger. This is like something closing out, but it's not quite over yet. So you may have recently moved away from this person. You may have just decided, look, enough's enough. I don't want to do that anymore. And it's almost like you're not fearing that moving into that next cycle. We've got the Two of Rods here. Now, the Two of Rods talks about connections, reaching out, wanting to make new connections, wanting to kind of get yourself back out there again, wanting to experience. But it's also showing me, that you're really in an energy of wanting to craft a whole new world for yourself. You're wanting to step out. Whatever this has been going on for you in the past, you're not wanting to deal with it anymore. You want to leave it. You want to go. Bye. See ya. Done. Shut the door. Off you go. This person's got a globe, and this globe is really kind of representing the environment that this person wants to put themselves in. I am seeing travel, but it might not actually be travel just yet, but maybe just the plans, formulating plans, putting things together. I am seeing like long term as well. So it's more like long term plans, like long term goals, 5-year plan, that kind of stuff. But there is some desire to move away, basically, from this situation, because you feel like it might be detrimental. There's a very detrimental energy attached to this. Somebody really needs to work on themselves, basically. Moving forward, we've got this King of Cups and Five of Cups. Now, this is really, again, just highlighting that there is deep emotion here. Someone's going to be really upset that you've decided to move away from this situation. You're not wanting to deal with them anymore. You've kind of taken that blindfold off and realised that this person has, been stringing you along, basically, and creating a situation that just has never come into fruition. So you've moved away. This person is really deep in their emotions about this. This is someone who is really kind of going deep to the bedrock, the surface bed. And what they're finding there is this Five of Cups, which really does talk about, depression, and, just really feeling like they've missed out, and, that things are not going to ever be back, things are not going to be like they used to. This is someone who is pouring out their emotions. This could be somebody that's over drinking at the moment. I'm just trying to show you the card. This could be somebody that's over drinking at the moment, and really kind of I'm feeling like this person could even be talking to friends and stuff, like kind of when there's that saying is loose lips sink ships, because I am seeing some ships here. So this person could really be pouring the heart out to people and telling them, how upset they are, how they've ruined things, or things just not working out for them. And I'm seeing like just a little bit of a poor tale, like this person is really crying the poor tale, but they're also leaving out all the actual facts of this situation, and the fact that they actually created this because they was deluding and playing games. Because this is someone, the King of Cups really does represent toxins, intoxication. And this person, it's like I'm hearing them, or I'm feeling like this energy of conjure. This is someone who is able to conjure emotion from people. They're really able to kind of get to those deep places, and it's almost like a molest spiritually, and this person is very powerful. I feel like this happens even when they don't want it to happen. This is someone who has that energy. They carry that energy of really kind of touching those very deep inner dark places of people, and really using that, not to their benefit, but it's almost like there is this intimacy automatically attached to that. So this person may actually find themselves in situations that really bring them a sense of strife, struggle, emotional struggle. This is somebody who really puts boundaries up when it comes to their emotions, because I feel like this is someone who tries to stop things coming in, but also escaping and going out as well. It's I am seeing like a blockage. This is someone who blocks off their emotions. So there is this energy of trying to separate their emotions from the reality. This is someone who is quite the fantasist. This is someone who lives in their own head, who really kind of creates their own world for themselves in their own head. Um, but when you look at the situation in reality, it's very barren and it's very dry, because the only person that is partaking in this fantasy is this person. You, on the other hand, are just stood waiting. It's almost like you stood waiting for the command. It's almost like saying, like, "What now? What now?" And it's all on their terms. Um, I do feel like emotions developed here. Absolutely, this person's really upset now, because it's almost like um, you're moving away. They're in deep regret because they know that they've done too much. They know they've done too much. They've taken the piss. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. And there may be this fear that if they ever try to come back to you again, or try to convince you that they're going to give you what it is that you need to bring about some type of closure, that you're going to reject them. So they're just thinking about it. It's almost like saying, is it worth the risk? Is it worth the risk? There is something attached to public image. This person doesn't want to be shamed or made to feel foolish or embarrassed. This could be somebody who is quite sensitive to rejection as well, which is why they've got these emotional barriers up. So they're really kind of deep in the thoughts at the moment as to whether they should come forward, basically. This person has a lot to offer, because there is great fortune here. This is what we've got at the top. But it's almost like you're aware of this, that this person could probably input a hell of a lot more value into this dynamic than they have been doing. They've been breadcrumbing you and giving you what they believe is enough to keep you going and coming back for more. You're freeing yourself from this. You're not wanting to deal with this anymore. It's almost like, it's almost like all those little golden coins that they've given you over the years or months or however long, you've saved all of those and bought yourself a boat and you're out of here. This is what you've been doing. Like, they've been really absent-minded with what it is that they've been dishing out to you and what you've actually been doing with that. But to me, it's showing me that you've actually put it to good use, and you've freed yourself, whatever it is. You've used that to free yourself from this situation, because distant horizons is almost like not looking back. It's like, bye, see ya. Someone was really holding back as well, and I feel like that was what put you in this situation of, I don't know where I stand. Again, I'm just getting this really cocky energy, of this person really feeling like they can just do whatever they want, come and go. It was almost like there was no regard for anybody else's emotions. This person is very, very self-absorbed with this King of Cups here and Five of Cups. It's almost like all they wanted to do was please and satisfy themselves. They wasn't really thinking much about you. You was, again, just another object. I'm seeing this. You were just somebody that this person could objectify, who they could come in and play games with, and satisfy those sadistic qualities, let's just say. I'm not saying like an out and out narcissist. I'm just saying, like, this is someone who maybe got cheap thrills from upsetting you, or having you feeling stuck, or seeing like the look of exhilaration on your face when they gifted you with some type of time or presence or something. Knowing full well that they could have been giving you so much more. It was almost like a control thing, because the King of Cups is control. The kings are rulers of their domain, and this is someone who is ruling over the emotions. The reason why this person played so many games, because I am seeing someone who's just a bit of a messer, to be quite honest. It's like this person needs to mature. This person really needs to grow up. This person, I feel like, come up against something in their life. Now, I am seeing like adolescence, so it isn't like childhood as in babies, toddler age. It's like adolescence, teenage years. this person may have really struggled with their identity or trying to fit in. This person, if I'm talking about a masculine, this could be somebody that has lots of brothers or lots of people around them that was trying to project their reality onto them. So this person ended up really confused and not knowing who they are. There's a sense of void. This person maybe feels a bit void on the inside. So their emotions run very, very deep, and they're unclear. There's a sense of being unclear about anything that they feel. So if this person wasn't very open about how they felt, and that's why maybe there's a bit of distance that's showing up here. That's why. It's because they don't understand the self, if that makes sense. They don't understand their own emotions. This king is sat, but in the background, in the sky, there's only a couple of clouds, so it's quite clear. This is someone who is quite clear-minded because they don't live up in that realm. They live down here in the depths of the soul. And it can be quite a lonely place down there, to be quite honest with you. Not a lot goes on down there. This is where this person may delude as well. This is where these conjuring. It's almost like this, when I was saying like this person conjures emotion, I don't feel like this person actually realises how powerful they are in this. It's almost like this is someone who really doesn't realise the effects that they have on other people. It's quite strong, very, very potent. I'm feeling like very potent emotional energy. I'm very much picking up a Scorpio as well. Scorpio energy can be quite deep and hard and quite coarse. There's a gruffness here. So this is somebody who's quite gruff. So maybe if you're asking this person, like, how do they feel and stuff like that, they might grumble under the breath. They're not very good at communicating their emotions. They might be very good at giving advice to other people about their emotions, but when it comes to their emotions, it's just, this is someone who's quite lost for words. I also feel like this person doesn't like to speak on their emotions, because if they do, it's almost the same as admitting that they're actually there and they exist. And that's what this person's trying to avoid. I feel like this person's been hurt in the past, and it's just something that they're not really finding easy to come to terms with or get over. It's something that has really kicked the shit out of them emotionally. There is daggers in the chest, and they are still very much causing a sense of pain. So yeah, that's quite heavy, but at the same time, it doesn't really give this person rise to toy with people's emotions because they're uncertain of their own. That's really the message that I'm getting. This person has spent a lot of time doing this, but in the time that they've spent, and time is a big factor here, it's really kind of flagging it up to me quite bigly. Bigly, that's not a word. Time's been flagged up quite broadly. And the fact that the two of you have spent a lot of time together. There is real true emotion here. I just feel like there is some maybe past traumas that need working through. The trauma that isn't being worked through is what's giving rise to the behaviour of this person. You might be aware of this, you might not be aware of this. This person probably knows it, but they're trying to ignore it. They know that they can't move on until they deal with the past. And in actual fact, when they think about this situation, they find themselves to feel quite pathetic. It's almost like they're looking at themselves and going, God, you're so pathetic. God, you are so pathetic. And that's really kind of self-defeating, feelings to have towards yourself. I don't think that this person's doing very well. I will say that. I don't feel like this person really kind of has any idea. It's almost like I'm just getting like no ID. No ID. Somebody could get ID'd, like, let's just throw that out there. No idea. I'm getting this. This is somebody who doesn't have any sense of identity. They really don't know how to connect to themselves. They are really, really detached from reality, and they want the same things as everybody else does. They really, really do. But it's almost like there is no spark. There's no spark. There's no like, um, um, no drive. I wouldn't even say it's ambition. It's not even ambition. It's nothing to do with that. It's just like no drive, like libido. This is someone whose libido is just like kaput, basically. The libido is just not there. Like the zest for life, they've got no spring in the step. You know, like I said, there could be over drinking. If it's not over drinking, it's just overindulging. This is someone who is really getting lost in their emotions, really feeling sorry for themselves. They're aware that there's a lot of healing that needs to take place, and there is a lot of bridges that they need to get over and build and burn and everything else. They need to purge, they need to let go, they need to just kind of throw caution to the wind, rip the band-aid off and do the work that's required, but they won't move, they won't budge. And the reason why is because there's a lot that's gone on that this person probably hasn't even shared with you, that they're really struggling to deal with, because it means that they have to acknowledge it within themselves. And then I just don't think that this person's ready to do that yet. Down here, however, we've got some very different energy. It's not different, but this to me really talks about this person that you're dealing with. They are really trying to bring you back into their life. They've effed up, they know this, they're struggling, but it's because, you know, you're saying maybe like, what is this? And this person's like, well, I don't know, because they actually genuinely don't. There's like a void there. And it's never been filled. Nothing's ever filled it. You know, it's almost like I'm seeing like a bottomless penny bank. You can like deposit and deposit and deposit and deposit and deposit as much into this person as you want, but it's like it never fills. It never fills the void. So again, there's a sense of indulgence there as well that I'm picking up. So down here we've got Six of Cups, Four of Swords, and the Three of Wands. Now, to me, this talks about the work that you've done. I feel like in this person's absence, you know, because again, fated meeting, in this person's absence, you've done a lot of healing. This Six of Cups again really talks about nostalgia and going back to that childhood, you know, that time and that place that made you feel happy and content. And when you really kind of was just one with yourself, basically. Can represent somebody coming in from the past, but really this is just talks about fond memories, just trying to really kind of remember who you are, grounding yourself, and you know, practicing gratitude and thinking of those times that were much simpler, you know, times in your life that were just much simpler and you didn't really have to give much thought to, and things just seemed to kind of happen and that kind of thing. You've been doing a lot of healing with this Four of Swords. This Four of Swords really talks about respite. It talks about peace and quiet, a resting state, you know, the mind healing. This to me is like the energy of that sense of clarity that you get after someone tells you information that you kind of knew would be true, but it still hurt, it stung still. You didn't want it to come to light or whatever, if that makes sense. It's almost like, but then once that sting happens, it's like, right, now I can get on with healing. That's really what I'm picking up here. So there has been a lot of kind of reminiscing, going back into the past, thinking about times gone by, thinking about, you know, all the memories that were shared, all the intimacy, all the deep conversations and late nights and that kind of stuff that really kind of fulfilled the both of you when it was happening. That's really prevalent right now. So you might be doing that a lot, but at the same time you're ready to move on, because you stood here at the end of this cliff, you're looking out and you're basically saying like, right, what's next? What's next? This person, you are actually ahead of this person. This person's in this state of wanting to come back, wanting to reach out, wanting to connect. This person's been out doing whatever they want to do, basically. Now they're realizing that they want to build something with you. They want to establish something. They want to re-establish something if this is someone you've already dealt with, you know, because we do have these past memories. But it's almost like you're past that point of no return now. You're basically saying like, you've left me here for so long, I've had no choice but to heal. That like it was the only thing that I could heal. Even if I focused on my broken heart, in doing that, that has actually healed me. So there has been like a transition here, or there will be a transition, but I definitely feel like your focus is not on this situation anymore, and it's much more introverted. Your energy, you've taken back, and you're healing. You're not making any moves with this Hanged Man. You're in this state of just being, basically, of just being and just, you know, hanging out in the tree of life and finding enlightenment and looking for signs and answers towards your goals and your betterment, and focusing on the things that you need to focus on so that you can bring in the things that you need to bring in. We've got the star, and this is Aquarius energy. Pisces is coming up twice, but we've got Aquarius here. And Aquarius is really about purification, basically. It's about humankind and, that shared collective consciousness. And in a sense, it's I actually find the star card to be quite controversial as well, because it does really talk about astrology. It talks about beliefs and wishes and things of that nature, which are much more spiritual. So there could be a sense of controversy as well. So you may even also be trying to find quite controversial methods of healing. So you might be doing things that other people have never heard of, or you'll be going to places people have never been, or it's almost like something, you just want something more off the beaten track. I don't think that you want a regular dynamic, like what this person's offering or what this person will be offering. You will come to realize is not enough. It's not what you want. So this person is going to try to attempt to offer you what it is that they think that you want, but you're going to say no, basically, in a nice way, or maybe not, because in the time that the two of you have had apart, you've realised that what you want is something completely different. It isn't even what this person was selling. It isn't even what you were selling yourself. You've realised that was delusion. It wasn't reality. There has been a reality check, and there's been an enlightenment, and I really feel like you've been spiritually charged. Basically, you've been touched by spirit, and it's been showing you everything you need to see in your mind's eye. You've been replaying these fantasies. You've been going over old situations, old dynamics, old interactions between you and this person, and in doing that, you have gained some insight, and that's allowed you to heal, basically, or at least it will be moving forward. This fell out in the middle, so I'm going to leave this till last. But here we've got some pretty dark energy going on here, and again, I'm picking up like Scorpio vibes. But Two of Pentacles really talks about a sense of unbalance. It talks about trying to weigh up pros and cons, things not really kind of resting, flowing. Things that are not really harmonious. This to me it's showing me like this is someone who just wants to kind of get away and ignore the world for a little bit. It's almost like things have been very up and down for a while, and it's almost like they're looking for some type of stabilizing factor. Now, this is you. I feel like this person's kind of been running rings around you a little bit, and it's been very up and down. You've been very, very unsettled. You've just been getting on with it. It's almost like you're not mourning even anymore, because to me it looks like this girl's walking through a desert, and it's like I'd be just like, oh my god, this is taking so long. But this woman's just like, do you know what, I'm at peace. I've got to do this. I know that this is the only way. This is it. So it's almost like there is a sense of passivity here as well, of whatever comes your way, you're just dealing with it as it comes to you. There is a definite sense of loss, because we've got this Five of Cups. Again, Five of Cups, Five of Cups. You're mirroring each other. You're both upset about this situation. You're both upset about how this how this is played out, basically. The fact that the two of you are in disconnect. The fact that things have just been so unsteady. It has really had an effect on the two of you, and I do feel like you both have emotions for each other. I feel like one of you is mourning the relationship, whereas the other one is mourning what it is that they've personally lost from it, if that makes sense. I am seeing that one person is, you probably are much more passive about this situation. It's almost like you're taking every hit that comes. You've gotten so used to that now that I am actually even seeing domestic violence is coming up. So if that's the case, then definitely don't stick around for that, because just don't. But it's not, it just metaphorically speaking as well, it's like you've taken every hit that this person's thrown your way to the point where you just can't, even if you wanted to, you just can't anymore. You just can't. Some of the spirit's saying no. And you've accepted that. So you're kind of moving on reluctantly, but still doing it. Three of Pentacles really talks about that sense of stability. Okay, so we've gone from the 2 to the 3. This to me does talk about having some type of intervention, asking somebody for help, asking somebody to, just spend some time with you even. Do you want to go here? Do you want to go there? Should we do this? Should we do that? Just little things like that. It's almost like collaboration from the people that are around you are really going to bring you that sense of balance and harmony and stability that you're missing. It's not complete stability, but it's better than this like vacillated up and down that you've been experiencing. It's almost like they're filling a little bit of a void for what's gone missing. So that's nice. Normally this could be third party energy, so there could be a third party, but I don't think that this is necessarily what I'm looking at. Here, I just feel, because I mean, it could be, there could be a third party. This person could have been messing around, or, again, with this lack of commitment, it could be that they wanted to be, free to be able to choose whatever and whoever they wanted. But that's not necessarily what I'm picking up. What I'm picking up is just, spending time in small groups of people that you trust, people that have your back, people that are not going to kind of drag you through the mud. I am seeing some type of activity, so you could even just be involving yourself in some type of shared activity. But it's getting you out the house and it's getting you away, and it's really taking you away from dwelling on this situation too long. We've got Page of Cups and Six of Pentacles, so I am seeing that. I'm seeing a vulnerability again, so you are acknowledging that you do have feelings for this person. You are acknowledging that this person probably hurt you and they caused you a lot of upset. And if this person does try to reach out and get back in touch with you, or even just try to kind of have some type of interaction with you that pulls on the heartstrings a little bit, and this person tries to impose the will onto you in order to manifest the situation and bring it about again, I feel like in the back of your mind, you're really going to be thinking about how this person really handled themselves, if that makes sense. Like it's almost like in the back of your mind, you're going to view this person as somebody who has the power to starve you or the power to feed you. There's a definite power dynamic going on here with this Six of Pentacles, because normally this card to me really talks about an equal give and take and things being balanced and working in harmony. But that's not what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like somebody being quite cautious and quite vulnerable, because this person has the ability to give them exactly what it is that they want, which is them, but completely deprive them of it as well. And that's what's dangerous. That's where the caution's coming from, because you've got yourself to a place where you're ready to move on. So you don't really want to be sucked back into this situation. So maybe this is quite difficult for you, when this person's coming back, or this person tries to reach out, or this person says, I've actually decided, I'm ready to give this a go, and whatever else, and to put in them what it is that I'm supposed to. It's almost like you're going to be like, oh, I don't even know if I want it now. So right in the middle of the spread, we've got this King of Pentacles. Now, this is husband material. This is someone who's showing up again. It could be a husband, but this is someone who's showing up as, I'm ready to do it. The King of Cups is somebody who is deep in thought, in the motion. This is someone who is kind of drowning in it and gone, feeling like they're running out of time, feeling like they need to make some type of decision. Like, I'm just getting pressure. So it's like, when you go into a submarine and it's almost like the pressure changes. This person is, this is someone who's been under pressure for a long time. It's almost like they know it's now or never, like they need to take the risk. This person wants to probably offer you some type of commitment, or they want to say, let's do this again, like, I'm ready now. I just feel like this person feels like they're ready. This King of Pentacles is all about stability. This is someone who is ready to settle down. This is somebody that wants to place some roots. They want to really kind of begin that process of fruitility, things coming into being. The viewing you as this Six of Wands. This is someone who is a cut above the rest. This is someone who's really stand out, because this card shows a woman throwing her hands up in grace, basically, and it looks like she's performing. This is someone who's attractive. This is someone who definitely gets people's attention, not just because of how they look, but just because of who they are. This is someone who people will want to be around because they emit an energy. This is someone who is very much in their authenticity. There is an attractiveness just based on their authenticity. This is someone who emits their own sense of character. They're not really phased by what's going on around them. They're very, very unique. Someone who stands out. This is how this person's viewing you. Even if they're not saying it to you, this is someone who's looking at you and saying, wow, this is going to be somebody that's hard to match. This is somebody that's going to be hard to forget. This is somebody that's going to always be on the back of my mind just because of the impression that they made. This is somebody who is standout. So this person is watching you as well from afar. Definitely, this is a bit stalky. This is someone who may be being quite vigilant, so you might not even be aware that this person's watching you, but they definitely are. You could be dealing with a Taurus. If you're not, it doesn't matter. But them Taurian traits, it's just like I'm getting very all or nothing. This person wants all or nothing. And in the past, they wanted nothing, but now it's like, I want it all. They're seeing you as the prize now. They didn't before, but they are now. And I am just seeing somebody's going to hunt you down. This is someone who is thirsty for you, like the bloodthirsty. Very, very protective as well. This is someone who's very, very protective of you. Even if they don't say anything, it's there. It exists within them. I'm hearing this person would dive. Let's not go down that road, but it's that deep. This person is fiercely attracted. I clarified these cards. Now, this King of Pentacles as well, if it's not the person that you've been dealing with in the past, right? If you're ready to let that go and you don't want to go back there and you're not wanting to deal with the situation anymore because it's causing you hardship, I am seeing that this is somebody new who's coming into your life who is going to value you as you should be valued. The King of Pentacles is someone who is the catch, basically. This is someone who will spoil you rotten, and that doesn't mean financially, but yes, that too. This means somebody that sees your worth, they see your value, they really kind of have this sense of security. This is someone who is very secure in themselves. They know what they bring to the table, and because of that, they are very relaxed, they're very laid back. They don't try too hard, and things just, there's a nice vibe is what I'm picking up. I feel like you're going to feel really good about yourself when you meet this person. They're going to make you feel really good about yourself. And this could be happening around Christmas time, because I am getting Christmassy vibes from these cards. So if you go out over Christmas, or you go to some type of an event, or New Year's Eve even, something like that, you could meet this person at that particular place. But I do think this person's, you're going to be, I'm hearing hallelujah, praise the Lord. It's oh my God, finally, this, I feel like this is going to be your person, basically. So if you know that this person you've been dealing with in the past isn't for you, whoever comes in for you next, this is your person. This is someone who is going to defend and protect you. I'm seeing man and wife. This is someone who is going to see you as a trophy. They're really going to value you. They're going to be wow, this is this woman, this man, amazing. They can't sing your praises enough. They think that you're just on point, absolutely on point. And I've just heard to myself, she's a 10, but so there might be, some of that going on. But yeah, I'm just seeing like she's a 10, but so this person just, yeah, I think they're really gonna like your legs. Look, I'm seeing like legs as well. It's almost like they like to see your legs or something. Something to do with your legs anyway. Um, Maybe you've got tattoos on your legs or something. They may even, when they see you, make a comment about your legs. That might be how you know that this is the person that you're supposed to meet, is because they'll make some type of a comment about your legs. But yeah, so we've got this Queen of Swords. So when I asked, to clarify this situation down here, I am seeing that there's some defensiveness. Okay, so you may be quite defensive when this person comes towards you. This could be a past person, this could be the new person. You're going to have your guard up, and it's because of everything that you've had to go through in the past. You've done a lot of healing and you are protecting yourself. So you're not going to be running into this situation, without thinking. You're not taking that risk again. You are wanting something fulfilling, okay? Because we've got this Ace of Cups. This Ace of Cups really talks about new love, something pure, something untainted. If you actually think about the cups, the suit of cups, as a progression from water, which is pure, to alcohol, which is polluted, you'll understand then why the Ten of Cups means illusions. It's a delusion, it's a fantasy, it's that state of just distortion. This isn't distorted. It's almost like you are very clear on the type of relationship that you want now because of everything that you've learned in the past. It's almost like you've been shown everything that you don't want. Therefore, it's made you very clear about what it is that you do want. It's had the adverse effect, if that makes sense. So you are defending yourself now, and you're weighing people up, and you're basically saying, come correct, or don't come at all, because I'm not wasting any more love on people that don't deserve it. If you don't want it, if you're not going to pour back into me, then I'm just going to feed myself. I'm just going to water myself. I'm just going to, pour all of this into myself, because now I feel like you're seeing the benefit of doing that. Maybe you've never done this before. Maybe you've never taken the time to heal before. Maybe you've just been on this consistent roller coaster of letting people, just do what they want and have their way, and not really saying what you need to say, and not standing up for yourself. And it's just like, that's over. Whatever's gone on in the past, this is literally woke you up, and you've had to heal. It's forced you to heal, and if this is not something you're going through now, it's something you're going to be experiencing. This Knight of Pentacles, it's showing me now that this Knight of Pentacles, this is the past person. This is the person that has taken far too long. I'm getting this is somebody really docile. Okay, so they may have a very docile nature. They may have a very like, this is someone who is very methodical, but they don't, there's no conviction, they're not certain, and that's the problem. It's like, you may be aware that this person has these feelings, let's just say, but there's no conviction. They're not claiming you, they're not saying like, you're mine, you're mine. So because they're not giving you that certainty that you need, you're looking towards the king. The king doesn't mess about. This is someone who is direct. This is someone who knows what he wants. This is someone who goes after what he wants, and he usually gets what he wants because of that. This Knight of Pentacles is someone who's a little bit slower off the mark. This is someone who doesn't completely trust their own instincts. This is someone who senses out their environment. But at the same time, it's like they're not really paying attention to the fact that what they put out affects the environment. So again, there's something in that, but this person's going to be really upset that that this is going to really hit them hard, because that's when they're going to realize that really is over. I think in the back of this person's mind, they want to come towards you with this offer. We've got it here. Don't know if you can see it because of the lights, but this person's got this coin. Let me just try and focus. This person's got this coin, and they want to come towards you, but I mean, they don't even look happy about that. It's almost like it's paining them to be like, yeah, share my little bit of world, and you're just like, oh, really? This person, however, let me just, is more than happy. It's like, yeah, fine, not a problem, got more than enough. Oh, this screen, I've got more than enough to go around. You know, this person's chilling. They're not even worried about it. They're not. So, to me, it's almost like it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. You know, you don't want this past person back. This past person is, I'm hearing like neurotic and just like, it's just over it. Very muddy waters, and you know, there's no clarity, and everything's slow, and it's just and it's just like, God, free me from this situation. I feel like once this healing starts, that needs to take place where you're concerned. It's going to catapult. You know, it's not going to take you long to realise that this silent period or this quiet period is actually very enjoyable. You know, I feel like once you stop fixating on this situation that's taken place, you're going to realise that it actually means freedom, and freedom doesn't have to be scary. I'm seeing somebody stood at the edge of this cliff, thinking about the future and what's going to come, and then there's this person that enters your life, and then this is like state of, wow, I made it. So there is a definite purpose here. There's a definite plan here. There's a lot of healing that's taken place. You're in a point where you're willing to wait it out. You know, you're not desperate. You're not desperately searching for somebody and looking them to fill that hole in your heart, and you know, doing all of that. It's almost like you've done it yourself. You've really worked hard and done that work. But it's almost like, I'm seeing, like before when I was saying like the yin and the yang. You know, the two those two little circles that make up the whole, if you know what I mean. It's like black and white with those two little dots in. This globe, it's like he's left with it now. So it's almost like this was a karmic interaction. It's like the curse has been broke. It's like the tie has been, you know, it's no more. And this person's left there like, well, what do I do with this now? And it's like, well, I don't know. You should have thought about that. So there is this dynamic of somebody being left with kind of a heavy heart, because they were so fixated on themselves and their own emotions that they didn't realise that there was a lot going on with you as well, you know, if that makes sense. Tunnel vision, a little bit, I'm getting. This person has a sense of tunnel vision. They didn't really give much regard to anybody else, like I said before, until they realised that you brought them something that they can't find in anybody else, or they don't feel like they can, at least. God bless this mess, okay? Blessings incoming, and I'm leaving. So, yeah, situation is, it's almost like at a point of no return. I think I've already said that before. It's like someone's throwing their hands up and saying, like, I'm done with it. You know, I'm ready for blessings. I'm ready for things to come in. I'm ready to, you know, experience things in my life that are not going to put me in this state of depression, this state of feeling like, you know, less than or not good enough, or that kind of thing. You've decided to walk away. I'm leaving. You don't want to leave. You don't want to deal with this situation anymore. This person's really upset that you're leaving, okay? You're ready for new. You're not even, there's no fear there anymore. I just don't feel like anything's holding you back. I know I effed up, okay? So this is the past person. This is why, you know, this is why. There's that knowing. You are always on my mind. So this constantly thinking about this situation, you know, and again, how they've effed it up. And I want to show you off. So yeah, this person might try to come back in your life. Look, I knew from the minute I laid eyes on you. That's what came up when I was shuffling that deck. I feel like it's a little bit of a day too late, a dollar too short situation. This person's realising too late that you fulfilled them, that they should have done more in the past to keep you. And they've realised too late. And it's like the very typical story of you move on, you know, and you get on with your life. This person then is just absolutely gutted because they realise everything that they've put you through, and now they've got to live with this hole in the heart, knowing what they did. Really, it's almost like that remorse and that guilt never ever actually leaves you. It doesn't. People think it doesn't. It doesn't. It stays with you. We've got community. gift, and thief. Okay. So one of the very obvious things that I'm seeing here is there is somebody in your environment that is a thief, and they've taken something, some type of possession from you. Okay, now community can be anything. It can be a family, it can be a group of friends, it can be, people at work, it could be anything. Whatever community is for you, wherever you spend your time, whatever community is, there is a thief. Okay, and something's been taken, and now not only has something been taken, I also feel like it's been sold on as well. Now it could be a vehicle, it could be some type of car, or something. I'm just seeing like something with motion, like wheels or something like that. Something of high value that was sold for next to nothing. I'm seeing, but it was taken. This is somebody in the community around you. We've got mature man, official person, and judication. Okay, so there could be a dynamic where somebody feels like somebody stole their person. This could have been somebody that was in the family, okay, or whoever was in your community took something that was of value, okay, and it was almost like it was under your nose. You probably wouldn't have even felt like this person would do this to you because they was part of your community. I'm seeing an official person and I'm seeing a mature man. So this could be an older man, okay, that's done this. To me, official person could be somebody that is well established in your life. This person's official. So I'm seeing like some type of person with authority. So it could even be a father, okay, a father. So maybe the father stole something from you, or something was stolen from the father. I am even seeing like two males. So two males or two males in the family could be fighting over some type of an inheritance of something. One person could be saying like, you're a thief. You try to get your hands on what you can because this judication is showing me a courtroom. So there could be some type of fight going on with regards to who is the rightful owner. Is it this mature man or is it the official person? I am seeing like maybe some type of an illegitimate child as well. So it's almost like saying like, are you entitled because you're not official? You could have been born out of wedlock, or this person could have been born out of wedlock or something like that. But so there is some type of an argument and a debate going on with regards to some type of gift or inheritance, and it could even be property as well, because again I'm seeing great fortune, unexpected income, and distant horizons. This person could also try to use this as a means to get you back. They could try to steal your I'm hearing steal your thunder, okay, first and foremost. But this person could try to steal your heart, or by offering you gifts, or they've come into some money, they're showing up like they're the shit, basically, all official and the nice clothes, and here I got you something, and trying to get back into your good books, basically. But I feel like you're aware that this is a disguise. This person is a fraud. They're not who they present themselves to be. This is somebody who is for the streets, basically, is what I'm getting. This is somebody who just dishes it out to anybody. This could even be somebody that pays for sex. This could be somebody that pays for services, for sexual services. I don't even think that this person really cares um, who they're giving it to, basically. I am seeing some type of a house and someone putting money into somebody's hand, and somebody putting out, basically. This person could actually travel for this as well. Doesn't necessarily have to be on your doorstep. But this person, I feel like there is a little bit of an alter ego. You know, this person presents themselves as one thing, but in actual fact, there's something else. It's like a bit of a double life going on, and maybe that's where this guilt is. Maybe that's why this person didn't really want to commit fully, or why they decided that they wanted to leave. Is because they knew that this was going on. You know, there's just something going on where this person hasn't been completely honest, because this is not an honest person. They've been depositing things where it may be deemed wrong, or it may be deemed a little bit taboo, like, why are you doing that, you know, or something along those lines. um it could even actually get this person in a bit of trouble, because official person adjudication to me, and mature man, this to me looks like a lawyer, or like a lawyer, or somebody who's standing, who's representing someone's being represented, and they're being represented before a judge. Okay, so somebody could be getting into trouble with regards to something that's been stolen, something that's been taken, something that they've been doing. Like, I'm seeing like soliciting business or something along those lines. Could even be money laundering. I'm not going to lie. But it's almost like there is this impression of somebody making out they've got nothing, when in actual fact they've got much more, and they could actually be putting money into foreign accounts, you know, something like that. I'm even seeing a bit. This is getting deep, but I'm even seeing a little bit of tax evasion. But to be quite honest with you, we'll leave it there, because, you know, we're kind of going off topic. Really, wow, that wanted to come out. The wheel. So the wheel's turning. The wheel's turning. Something's changing. Okay, this really kind of comes into mark a changing point in a situation. Whether you're on top of that wheel or beneath it really depends on what your situation is. But again, I'm seeing travel. Page of Cups is a little bit like, you know, being in that fantasy world, delusion, dreamland, dream state. Seven of Swords, deception. Again, there's fantasy here, and then there's this deception. And then I'm seeing like mirroring. It's almost like a mirroring. So we've got this wheel and we've got the world. And if you can actually see, because my camera's crap, they're almost like the same figure. Oh, 1 second. It's almost like the same, you know, the same pose. Again, there's this mirroring going on. But big karmic cycles are closing out. A whole new way of life is beginning, actually. You're ready to kind of get away from this person. They're too henpecky, they cause you too much bother. You want something more fun, something more exciting, something more exhilarating. You want a sense of freedom, but also liberation and excitement. You want to feel aroused and alive, and just full of life again. I feel like this situation just completely drained you. You're ready to leave it all behind. Ten of Swords. This person's got Ten of Swords as well, but look at the difference. This is your Ten of Swords. This is what you're doing. You know, you're walking away, and it's almost like that is such a card of control, you know, being in control, and saying, look, this is the way that I need to go, kind of come what may. This person, this is their Ten of Swords. This is how they're feeling. This is the ending for that person. You know, this is ruin. You don't really, there's not much coming back from that. This person knows that it's over. They've destroyed it. They took too long. They messed around. They wasn't very upfront and honest and direct. This person knows that they lost a good one. So now, you know, with this is Queen of Wands, this is someone who is sat in that victim mentality. Normally the Queen of Swords, you know, this is someone who is quite a strong figure. There's a lot of mythology behind the Queen of Swords, but this is Libra energy. And as much as Libra represents relationships and, you know, other people and that kind of thing, to me, it's more Taurus's energy to be connected to somebody in a positive light, because Venus rules Taurus as well. And that's all about comfort and stability and all of that stuff. When we get to the sign of Libra, it's all about purifying and getting rid of the toxicity. So it really talks about divorce more than it talks about marriage. You know, it talks about separation and, you know, not putting up with certain things, not tolerating certain things. You know, in a marriage, there's a lot of compromise that's made. in order for it to continue. But here it's like somebody is just, it's like they're in the head, you know, they're just sat in the head. There's nothing more they can do apart from live there now because it's done, and they have to live with it. So I do feel like this is being left pretty much on a cliffhanger, to be quite honest with you, because there's a lot going on here. You know, we have got the page of rods that showed up as well down here, and the page of rods is all about a brand new beginning. But it's almost like somebody is calling out. They're calling out, and they're asking you to kind of. It's almost like you're not hearing them. Someone's screaming, you know, internally screaming and struggling. You know, they're feeling like things are maybe just getting a little bit too much for them as well. I've got a feeling like this person is their own worst enemy. They create a lot of their own drama, but then they cry about it as well. Um, it's almost like this has become a bit of a sport for this person. You know, it's hard for them to not be like this. Um, and I feel like this person may have had a very difficult childhood as well growing up. They could have been ignored by a parent, let's just say. They could have been ignored. They could have been neglected, actually, emotionally neglected, and so that's given rise to their character. Maybe there's lack a sense of trust. They don't really trust people to look after them and look after their heart properly. So they detach and they act cold and aloof, but in actual fact, all they really want is a hug. You know, this is somebody that just needs a hug. And you did that for this person in the past. You gave them that sense of comfort and peace. I feel like it freaked them out. It freaked them out to the point where they didn't know what to do. So they became really, really like, ooh, in the head. They worked everything out in the head. It was all very deluded and things got distorted. And when all those distortions started to creep in, it's almost like that's what started to break down this whole dynamic. Until the reality of it just completely, I'm seeing like pixels, like, do you know, like when a pixelated picture turns into another? It's almost like the reality became pixelated and distorted. It was their distortion, and their distortion actually became the reality. That's what I'm actually getting, because that's how it happens. It slips through without you realizing. Um, and it scared this person, and because it scared this person and they realised that they were going to have to perform in a way that they never have before, it scared them. And rather than saying, look, I don't really know what I'm doing, you know, you might need to walk me through it, this person just ran away. They didn't want to admit that they were vulnerable. They didn't want to admit that they have trauma that they haven't dealt with, and it is still existing, because it really just, you're admitting that you're broken, and nobody wants to do that. It's a hard thing to do unless you're ready to fix it. So they ran, and they're regretting it. And in the time that they ran, you've actually moved on, or you will be moving on, and that's really going to be for them to deal with, basically. I think you're going to let this situation go. I don't think you're going to deal with this anymore for much longer. Now, obviously, time's fluid, so this is not. There is no timestamp. Again, it's collective. So if this is your story, then it's your story, and if it's not, then it's not. Knight of Cups is telling me that somebody else is coming in, like we've already discussed. We've got this Knight of Cups, but then we've got Seven of Cups, which is lots of options. This could be a state of confusion as well. You could actually be confused because you're not you don't know which option to choose. But also as well, I am seeing this person kind of letting the guard down a little bit, and they're going to let you see the type of situations that exist within them. It's almost like they're going to open up to you, and you're going to be shocked at what actually is contained within this person. But that's going to transform a situation as well. So bear that in mind. So if you are going to get back with this person, if you have dealt with them before, and you decide that that's what you want, things are really going to take off after that point. This person needs to heal, basically, is what I'm getting. I'm hearing like collateral damage. There's a lot of collateral damage that this person's leaving behind, and they're aware of that. So hopefully, they're going to get to a point where they start to address that, and they can work through it. Two of Pentacles. I feel like you're getting bored of the. It's almost like the act. The act is up. You know, these people are walking away, they're getting back on the ship and they're saying, right, we've seen that, and this person's doing the most, and they're just, it's not attractive, basically. You, on the other hand, are. You know, I am seeing you purifying and cleaning and really connecting with nature and feeding yourself and doing everything that you need to do and connecting with the universe and, you know, the mother principle of taking care of yourself and all of that. And you are looking attractive. That, look, Empress, an Empress. This person knows you're an Empress. You can't beat it. They want you. They really do. You know, they want to come together. They want to start something. You know, they want to really kind of put down some roots and share the world with you. I'm really seeing that. I do feel like you're on two different places, though. Like, I feel like you're on two different levels, two completely different levels. You're somebody that's very, very insightful. You understand life's rhythms. This person thinks that you're quite magical because of that as well. They want to know how you do it. You know, how do you do it? I'm seeing a lot of this person's got a lot of skeletons in the closet, lots of secrets. I feel like this person's haunted as well. You know, they're haunted by the past. There's a lot of healing that needs to happen with this person. So that's your reading. I hope you enjoyed that. You know, it did get a little bit deep, but sometimes, you know, it's better to sink into these readings. You do get a lot more from them. Hopefully that resonated for some people. If it did, like the video, you know, feel free to share it. I'll be putting these out, you know, more regularly than I have been lately, but maybe not as regular as the lives that I were doing. I might start doing lives just purely on YouTube, to be quite honest with you. If people are interested and they want to listen to my readings and they like my style, then I might start doing that. So drop me a comment and let me know if that's what you want to see. So I'm going to leave it there. Take care of yourself. I know the energy's been really heavy lately. It's been the same for me. I've been telling everybody I have a lot of planets in the bottom of my chart. So everything that happens with planets affects me on an internal, introverted way. And I've been doing a lot of development over this past couple of months. So I've really, really felt it, which is why I felt the need to put a reading out. I'm going to leave it there. Expect more videos to come soon. If you want to book a personal reading, all my details are in the description box below. You can email me, you can get in touch with me on Facebook or on Instagram or anything like that, and I will reply to you as soon as possible. But until then, take care of yourself and I will speak to you soon.